we very rarely start right off with a guest, but we make exceptions for those who deserve it and for those who we particularly like. And I'm going to stop talking about the guy who is sitting next to me to my right like he's not here. He is, along with Tommy Curran. Is that how you say his name out there in New England?
Yeah, I mean, your
Tommy?
accent could use a little work, but it's
along
fine.
with Tom Curran, who's straight out of How Do You Like Them Apples, Central Casting.
Yo, it's Edelman, kid, right on the set.
He is Julian Edelman right here on the set. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Relentless is your book.
Relentless.
And I see on the back you've got quotes from Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, and Tom Brady. How'd you get those guys to give you quotes?
You know,
how'd you get those guys?
It took me 9 years to ask them for something, and this is the one thing I asked them for.
You never asked anything of those guys, huh?
Nah, they're
Ever?
not a signed jersey once from Tom.
Okay.
Bill, absolutely nothing. Mr. Kraft, no.
Mr. Kraft,
Yeah.
RKK, as he's known.
RKK. He wants me to call him RKK, but
He just can't do it? You can't bring yourself?
RKK.
Well, he's technically my boss. I mean, he's in charge of broadcast opportunities, I guess, for the National Football League, and the NFL Network would not exist without him. I call him Bobby the K. Is that a little bit disrespectful? What do you think?
Nah, he's an easygoing guy. He's calm, cool, and collect when you call him anything. So
Guess what? I don't call him
what?
Bobby the K. I do
Nah,
not.
yeah, I probably wouldn't have. I was just trying to make you. I was sugarcoating it. I was sugarcoating it, Rich. That's what we do.
Why do you call it Relentless? Why'd you come up with that one, Julian?
It's because it's about my story and my persona of how I've had to be to get to where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? All the adversity and the injuries, all the no's I had to overcome.
Give me some examples, some of the no's that you had to overcome that's in this book here.
Well, whenever we were getting recruited out of high school, they bring all like the stud football players in the room, and the colleges would come in, and no one ever really looked at me. And then then you go to JUCO, and you weren't supposed to go play Division I quarterback anywhere. And then after Kent, trying to transition as a quarterback to play receiver in the National Football League, a lot of people said, hey, it's going to be a long road for him. And that's kind of how it's always been. I've always had to take the long road, and it's always been a bumpy one, but it's always been a fun one.
Julian Edelman here on the Rich Eisen Show to kick things off on a Friday in New York City. We always hear about Tom's draft day experience, or draft days experience. Then the Brady 6 documentary, so many people were taken aback that it still brings him to tears. After he has pretty much one life at this point in time as a 40-year-old man.
Hashtag killing it.
Hashtag killing it. Okay, so what was your draft day experience?
My draft day, I had a few buddies over. I go real depth in it, Rich, in the book.
Yeah.
Real depth. We'll keep it a little bridged over here. But had my friends, family there, and we were just sitting there, and I was watching it. And the 6th round came, and we were anticipating potentially, late rounds or priority free agent. And a bunch of teams started hitting up my agent saying, hey, we want you to sign as an undrafted free agent. We'll give you some money here or there. We ultimately almost, we made the decision at the time, out of all the teams that offered us a contract that if we were going to go that route, we were going to go with the Packers. But then my agent, Don, he's kind of like a real Don Yee. He's a real,
we know Don here. Yeah. We know Don around these parts.
He's a real, like, mellow, like, monotone kind of guy.
Yeah.
He goes, Jules, Patriots, they just traded, got 2 7th-round picks. It wouldn't surprise me if you go there, but I'll call you back, babe. Looks like we're going to be a Packer. All right, bye. I'm like, and then, then all of a sudden I get a call from a 50 or a 508 number or block number, and it was Bears, who's like,
oh, he's Belichick's right hand.
Hey, we're gonna draft you, and so here's Bill, and then Bill came on the phone and basically said, we don't know what you're gonna play, but you can play ball. See you in rookie minicamp. Here's Nancy, and that was my draft day.
And your head had to be spinning at that point in time.
It was spinning. I mean, it was great. All your friends come over, and everyone's celebrating everything, but then a big wall hits you. Like, all right, so then I'm talking to my agent. There's 90 guys on the team right now. Like, they're only keeping 53. Then reality sets in. Like, you got to make a team, and that's kind of how it's always been with me. Like, all right, it's great. There's a huge, plan that we got going, but let's just worry about what we got on our plate right now, and kind of give all my time and energy into the goal I have at that time. And at that time, it was just trying to make a team.
Right. And then now, obviously, where you are in your career, if you had to tell somebody, again, Relentless is the book, and I don't want to give away too much of what's in there because I don't want to obviously hear it from Tom Curran, that what would you tell somebody why you are the player, man, you are today, with that journey being the beginning with that kid who got drafted, heard from the Bears, Belichick, Nancy trio on that draft day, in the 7th round?
I think a lot of it has to do with my father, how he raised me and how tough he was on me with everything, whether it was baseball season, taking the bat and balls to the lake and on vacations and taking batting practice there, having my sister at first catching. Well, I do infield or basketball when it was raining. We'd go to the gym. We'd rent out this little half-court gym and shoot for 5 hours. Or it was football, we're in the middle of the street, and he's putting out rocks, telling me which hole is which hole, and making me do all these kind of things, running through them and catching and all these throwing. I think all those things, along with, hearing the word no a lot, created a chip on my shoulder that has helped me get to where I'm at. I mean, everywhere I was always at, there was always a group of guys on the team, and I wasn't that guy that was supposed to make it. I was always, he's a good guy, he's a good player, and he works hard and he's got some athletic ability, but this guy right here, he's gonna go,
Even on the Patriots, you ran into that at some point?
I mean, first 4 years, yeah, you're playing behind people,
Welker, right?
You're playing behind a lot of guys, and Wes was one of them, and so it's just a story about, obstacles, overcoming them, adversity, mindset, and basically how I became the way I am.
I do, Julian Edelman here. With the ultimate respect, you know how much I respect you, right? I do remember when you first burst on the scene, you were the mini Welker. You're like that. Yeah. You're okay. Like you're. There's Welker. But there's also Edelman.
Yeah.
And then when Welker left, it's just like, I don't know how he's going to fill the shoes of Wes Welker.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's possible. That was the conversation.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's kind of weird that I was mini Welker when I'm an inch taller and 10 pounds heavier, maybe 12.
Well, I mean,
I know, but it's always
think
been
we checked
like
the
that.
Height and weight.
Yeah, it's I was always someone else. So, but hey, I'm not complaining. It doesn't matter how you get there; it's matter how you got there.
How were you as a baseball player? Did you have that ability too?
I could play baseball.
Where in the field?
I was short. I was shortstop.
Okay.
I could play anywhere though. I couldn't pitch. Couldn't control it.
What'd you think of Altuve?
Unbelievable.
Watching him.
Stud.
Right?
Just a little stud. Just anytime a guy can perform like that under high pressure situations and at the ultimate stage, that's water going through his veins, ice cold water.
Are you saying that too because he beat the Yankees as well? Is that a Boston, New York thing that you probably have coursing through your veins in every possible way?
It's more of just a respect factor for his play, and it was good to see Houston win. Let's just say that. I grew up in the Bay Area, so
there we go. Oh, okay. So that's Dodger hate because you're a Giants fan. Is that where I'm trying to connect the dots right here?
Hey, I'm a Boston Giants guy.
Okay.
Boston and SF Giants.
Okay, there you go.
Sox and Giants.
Learning about Julian Edelman right here. Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to talk to you about the main headline of yesterday, which is Deshaun Watson now getting set to go through what you're currently going through right now, coming back from a knee injury. Also want to hit you on a couple other subjects around the National Football League. And I don't know if you saw your coach shut down a reporter this week
Did he?
Yeah, who dared to ask a yes or no question, which is the worst thing. I keep telling members of the media, do not go to Bill Belichick with a yes or no question.
I don't even ask him questions. And I get paid to actually try to ask him questions.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. It really is. It's a priceless moment, right?
It really is.
Because we think the guy looks like Ellis from
Die Hard.
From Die Hard.
Yeah.
You remember? And I think he wound up with a similar fate with Bill Belichick as Hans Gruber. That's coming up next here on this edition with the Rich Eisen Show. Julian Edelman, Bill Cowher after that, and then we'll turn our attention to the rest of the sports world and take your phone calls at 844-204-RICH is the number to dial here on this busy Friday from New York City edition of the Rich Eisen Show. Before we chat with Julian again, I want to tell you all about Indochino. I don't know if you've heard about this, Julian. You are definitely a man who likes to dress for success.
Always.
I know that.
Dress to success.
You have
Number one.
Number one. I've seen you come off those private jets, Julian. I've seen those photographs.
Get out of here.
Julian Edelman's book, Relentless, is available wherever books are sold right now. How is your knee? What update can you give me on your
I thought you were going to ask about my mustache and mullet.
How is your mustache and where is your mullet, sir? What about that?
I'm working on the mullet.
Yeah, that's not much party in the back right now. I got to be honest with you.
There's a little party though. I got a kid now, so you keep it little party.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah. So
she's 1 year old now, right?
Yeah.
Your daughter?
She's about to be one this month. But the mustache is great.
Okay, great. What do you think of my beard? I mean, is this the conversation you really want to have right now?
I mean, it's a good looking beard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
You gotta take it where you can get it.
That's one way to look at it.
Good job, Julie.
I was about to say my wife really likes it a lot. I'm getting texts during Thursday Night Football that I never get from my wife. She kind of digs it. But right now, my wife, if she saw this two-shot right now, I think I would lose. I think I would absolutely lose.
Funny you should mention that, Rich. Susie just texted me.
Oh, my God.
Is it wrong that I was jealous of Cooper this morning?
Because you FaceTimed with my son, Cooper.
Oh, man.
She was the one literally holding the phone for that.
I told her not one bit.
Knee's good.
He's
good.
Julie.
I got an ACL now, so that's all matters.
Okay.
You know.
Now, the interesting, because Deshaun Watson goes down yesterday.
My heart's out to that guy, man. He's been playing great football, young, early, but with the way and hearing from people that I know over there, kind of guy he is, I think he's going to be all right.
Now, Marshall Faulk, who was on the set last night on Thursday Night Football on the NFL Network with me, and he's had knee surgeries before. His first reaction when is what he said on the air is the thing that Deshaun is going to have to deal with the most is the solitude. That was the first thing he said, the solitude, the being by yourself while you're rehabbing 100%. Away from your teammates. You agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's the thing that people don't realize. Injuries, I mean, they suck and everything, but it's the mental side of it that really gets you, because you put in all this time and effort all year long for the season, and then all of a sudden it's taken away from you, and you know you're part of the team, but you're really not. You know what I mean? The team goes to meetings, you're going to rehab. You know, you're rehabbing. You'll see the guys in the hallway. You're not fully into it. I mean, you go to some meetings here and there, but like your main mission is to get your body back. So, you know, with him, I mean, it'll probably be different, but
why? Because he's a quarterback.
Quarterback. You got to stay into it. And he's young. He's younger in there. So
see, I never understood that, because Mark McGuire told me years ago when I was covering baseball at ESPN that when he got hurt, he didn't want to be around the team. Team didn't want to be around him. And I thought to myself, when you're covering team sports, it's a brotherhood. But when somebody gets hurt, isn't that when the brotherhood is needed the most?
Well, you get it. You get it with certain guys. It's freezing in here, guys.
Yeah,
I'm getting a little.
Cold.
I know.
Cold.
You know.
Good thing you're wearing that really sweet jacket.
It's a nice jacket.
What is that? Leather? What do you got?
Nah, it's like I don't know what it is. It's not leather though. It's like a cowhide almost or something.
You know what it is?
What is this?
Yeah. I know what it is.
Jerry.
I know what it is. I'll answer.
Oh, Jerry's not here.
Jerry, I'll answer for Jerry. It's called expensive.
Yeah,
No,
it's do you have an
Joe's
extra?
jeans.
Yeah, do you have an
Joe's
extra
jeans,
one?
a great jacket.
All right.
I'm sorry you're cold.
No, I'm just.
Isn't this we're talking about solitude? And now he's cold. Like he's he's rehabbing.
Right.
Now he's gonna have the flu.
And it's cold in here.
It sucks because it's kind of like the race car driver who crashes. The other guys don't really want to talk to him because they don't want to jinx it. And then also, you don't know what to say to a guy when he's hurt. Hey, get in there. We miss you. But like realistically, you got to move on. You're moving on from that because the train always moves on.
So who are you talking to?
I mean, I'll talk to Brady. I'll talk to guys. I'll go into the receiver room and hang out with the fellas, Cooks, Hogue, Dola. I mean, I see them all. I poke my head in all the time, and it's different. I've been around for a while, but earlier in my career, when you get hurt, it's a lonely place. It still is. You're not with the guys, so it definitely it's a mental battle. But like I said, from what I've heard with Deshaun, I mean, I've heard the kid's a solid guy, and he's very motivated, and he's got some real professional traits. So, you wish him the best of luck in his recovery as I'm doing mine.
Julian Edelman here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you taking in the games? What do you do on game day?
So it sucks because, you have all your friends and family, and they all plan like months in ahead. Yo, I'm coming to this game, I'm coming to this game, coming to this game. And like, so they all come to the games and then you end up getting hurt. So I'll go entertain them for a little bit for like the first half. And then after being asked the same question 500 times, how's the knee? What's the plan? This, that, can we have a pit? Like after doing that for like a half, I usually leave and watch it at home or listen to it in the car.
Damn.
Yeah. And then away games, I just chill. I have like a couple buddies over and we'll watch the game.
Do you scream at the screen or scream at the announcers that they don't know what the hell they're talking about? Or what do you do?
I literally, I can't watch football now. It's ruined me when you play here in the league, or at least where I play.
Why?
The whole time I'm sitting there critiquing like, all right, what would I do against this coverage? All right, oh, they're in this formation against this, so I know they're doing this. Oh, he's going to check it here because there's two safe. Like you're just basically breaking the game down. You're trying to stay mentally sharp. And I don't know if I'm trying to stay mentally sharp. It's just naturally what I do. Like, oh, I know right here on this third down, it's probably man coverage against this team right here. Single high, they're going to they're going to have someone drop out, and you're just playing the game in your head. You can't enjoy it. It sucks.
Yeah. I'm the same way, to be honest with you, with watching from a broadcaster's point of view.
Same here.
I'm always trying to get better at my craft, even though I'm 20 some odd years into it. So, for instance, if I was a Patriot beat writer, I would not go to Bill Belichick with a yes or no question ever. Try to get him to talk about the history of the game, or somebody's
military,
or what does this guy remind you of? Who does he remind you of? Who does Edelman remind you of? Not like, hey, how are you guys going to score without Edelman? No. Do you think the offense will be as productive without Edelman? Like that sort of question, you are just going to get shut down. So here, after the Patriots' recent win over the Los Angeles Chargers, can we play for Julian Edelman?
Let's play it.
This Q&A with, again, the guy that we saw on Twitter. Somebody said it reminded him of Ellis on Die Hard. Go for it. Roll it for Julian Edelman, please.
Mark, is that right? Coach, the game was played predominantly in the teens. Is that a style that you're comfortable playing?
What are you talking about?
Well, not scoring a lot of points, not high-flying offense necessarily, more low-scoring, grind it out. Is that a style you like, that the team prefers?
Well, we prefer to win.
Bill,
I've actually gotten that. I've actually gotten that from
what
Coach.
the head, yeah. Under what circumstance?
Just stupid stuff.
So you're saying you feel for the reporter right there?
No, I mean he knows what he's getting into. He knows what he's getting into, but I don't know. Coach is he's an intense guy. He's intense, and like he's one-tracked, and that track is moving forward.
Not being asked, are you comfortable playing games in the teens?
I mean, really, what kind of question is
It's
that?
a terrible question. It's so bad.
I mean, I'm not trying to like. I don't know. I'm not in that profession.
I know you don't. I don't
like.
know.
Do you like winning games a little, or do you like winning games? By
I will
a lot?
say this is probably where his mindset is. That's the 4th straight game not scoring 30 or more points. It's the longest stretch in 15 seasons. That's where that question was going.
He should have broke it down like that, probably.
Right. Probably.
But I don't know, Coach.
Now, I know you've got a killer Belichick impersonation. You did it the last time on the show.
Yeah.
You were concerned about it. The Patriots website posted it. Okay? So that is...
Stamp of approval.
Stamp of approval.
God.
So I'm going to do this. You may say no, but I'd like you to read the Bill Belichick blurb that he wrote on the back of Relentless in Bill Belichick's voice. You're promoting your book. It is what he said. Julian Edelman is going to read the Bill Belichick inscription on the back of his book as Bill Belichick. Please go.
Oh, man.
Do it. You got it.
Coach,
you can do it.
Like I said, sorry last time.
Okay, here we go.
Well, what Julian has done from the time he has entered the league is nothing short of remarkable. He is the epitome of competitiveness, toughness, and great things that are possible when somebody is determined to achieve goals. That's Julian. Yeah. Next question.
Next book. Next blurb. Next blurb. It's okay.
That's all I got.
That's all you got. But
all I got.
You're fine, man. Brady wrote like a whole paragraph, man.
Brady's in it. He's in it.
Of course
he's talking in it too.
Yeah?
In the book.
He is? Talking about avocados and stuff like that? Or?
Nah.
Okay.
He's talking about competitiveness, winning games.
Julian, you're an inspiration to a lot of people, man. Certainly those little kids in my household. You know, my wife was Susie was watching the Patriot game the other day. She just saw it. She goes, man, I just miss Edelman playing.
I appreciate that.
A lot of Patriots fans feel that way.
I feel that every Sunday.
A lot of Patriots fans feel that way.
You know, when I sit back and do like YouTube videos and all these content things, you're an inspiration to me, Rich. You're a true inspiration.
Is your tongue firmly planted in your cheek right there?
What are you talking about?
Are you serious? You're being serious?
Yeah, I mean, this is inspirational stuff. You guys, this is A1 here.
Well, I greatly appreciate
they're
that.
based in LA, and then they come to New York, and like they don't even miss a beat.
Well, let me tell you something.
I mean, I saw them like they changed this whole room.
Yeah, no, it was
a second.
It was truly like well, that's just the great
It's
crew that's here from AT&T and DirecTV here in Lower Manhattan. Bill Cowers, I'm on the phone line. I'm going to take a break and get to him before we do that.
Can I get the Red Zone DirecTV? Do I got to pay extra for this? I mean, come on,
since
man.
you've done 2 shows. But before I let you go, we have a relationship with Funny or Die.
Okay.
They are making videos for this show.
Yeah.
If you want to be in one or you have an idea for one, I'm serious. We talk.
Are you an idea guy?
We are.
Idea, but isn't it idea?
Did I just say idea?
It's a New England thing. People put the R on idea.
No,
it's really weird.
I say idea, and I don't say Jaguar either. I say Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Yeah.
There's no W.
I'm not a Jaguar guy.
Jaguar.
You know what you should do?
What?
I got a pop-up shop that I'm selling Relentless in Boston this weekend at 333 Newberry Street.
There you go.
You could take Coop, Taylor.
Oh, they're in Zan.
Zan.
They're in Southern California.
Oh.
When you've got a pop-up shop in SoCal, you let me know.
All right. Well, just in case. Maybe next time.
We're
serving burgers in line. People are in line. You get a burger.
Susie's whole family's there. I mean,
know.
I'll send my brother-in-law and his kids your way.
Book and a hat.
You got it. Good to see you, sir.
Always a pleasure.
Relentless with Julian Edelman. Go get it right now.
For more Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Rich Eisen Show app.